Today I'm building this fishing pole setup station as a Father's Day gift for my dad. It bolts directly to the rail on his boat and gives him a dedicated place for his fishing rod, pliers, tackle, and any other gear he's rigging up. This project's made from HDPE and aluminum, and every operation is done on the Onefinity Router. The first operation is machining the HDPE plate. For work holding, I will be using the super glue and tape method, which is a good way to machine flat parts. Both plates for this project will be mounted to the piece GC GridPlate fixture system. Because the fixture plate is precision machined flat and uses rigid aluminum core, it provides a solid reference surface for the tape and glue work holding. The rigidity helps prevent the plate from flexing during machining and gives me confidence to cut completely through my parts without worrying about accidentally cutting into the fixture plate itself. If you'd like to know more about my fixture plate system, you can check it out using the link in the description below. After I have all the tape placed, I'll use a piece of sandpaper to scratch up the surface, and then I clean the tape with acetone. Scratching up the surface will help the glue bond to the tape. I apply the CA glue liberally across all the pieces of tape that I put, and then I spray the fixture plate with activator and place the part. The activator should cure the glue a lot quicker than just air drying, but I still give it a few minutes with some weight on top of it. Next, I find the X and Y coordinates using the touch probe. For the Z height, here's a simple trick that has saved me from accidentally cutting into my fixture plate. Instead of zeroing off the top of the material like you normally would, I probe directly off of the fixture plate. Now that the machine knows where the top of the fixture plate is, I can then manually raise up the machine to the height of the material that I'm cutting. As you can see here, the machine thinks the top is on the fixture plate. So now I just move up my Z to the plate's ½ an inch, so I'll just move it up to ½ inch. And now I'll re-zero it there. With everything set up, it's finally time to start making some chips. Alright, now the HDPE part is done. It looks like I must have programmed my chamfer mill a little too close to the part and it rubbed and melted a little bit, but it's easy enough to clean that up with a box knife or something. Even after cutting completely through the material, the tape and glue method held very well until the job finished. And I'm quite happy with that. Of course, now there's a gigantic mess of white plastic all over my shop, but that's part of the fun, right? I'll get that cleaned up and then we're going to do the same work holding for the aluminum. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. The Onefinity has surprised me before, but it's definitely not the most rigid machine, and it is its limiting factor. With very conservative toolpaths, the proper feeds and speeds, and plenty of miscoolant, it ended up machining the aluminum plate better than I expected. That being said, I do hope to upgrade to a more substantial, more rigid router in the near future so I could do more aluminum on it. Now we jump over to the manual mill and finish off the little brass door that's going to hold the rod in the fishing pole setup station. I'm really happy how this Father's Day gift turned out. It was a fun project that pushed the Onefinity into aluminum, showcased how useful good work holding system can be, and most importantly created something my dad can actually use every time he goes fishing. If you enjoyed this build, make sure to subscribe because I've got plenty of more CNC projects, machining tips, and product builds on the way.